Okay, so the ninth tip I want to give you guys is something I like to call section automation. Now, section automation is when you encounter the problem where there's a part of an audio file or an automation lane where you want it to be full on just a certain amount of automation, but you don't want to have to kind of like do all this and then sort of draw it in, etc. Say I've got this filter on and it's at 70 hertz, so sounds like that, and maybe in this section I want it to be just at like 200 hertz, but just for that section. I don't want to have to sort of automate up to that and then kind of do it down and have this fade. You can literally just highlight a section, and then once you've got the automation selected here, if you hover down so it's a blue line, as you can see, it's within the boundaries of what we selected, and then you click on the blue line and pull up to whatever frequency you want. And as you can see, if you watch the frequency down here, it just skips straight to it. Okay, so the last tip that I want to give you, the 10th tip on what you must know for using Ableton, is using and saving your own effects racks. So especially if you're making something that's quite production heavy in Ableton, you'll be using a lot of different effects, and maybe you'll be using a lot of different chains. And say you've made a certain bass that's got sort of some autumn filters and some autumn sort of chain effects going on, and every time you want to use this idea, you don't want to have to keep recreating it, because I've done that many times before I figured out you can actually save racks. And that's the tip, is save the audio effects racks and chains that you've made. So I've got a couple here where when you click on the Finder window in Audio Effects and then Audio Effects rack, these are a couple of the racks that I've made myself. So I've got things just various from transient control. So if I want to affect the transient, so the attack and sustain of something, I've just made something from that. And all it is a case of is you go to Audio Effects, then you double click Audio Effects rack, so it makes an Audio Effects rack. And say you want it to have a compressor, an EQ, and then like, I don't know, a delay on it or something. You just drag these inside, so shift and then click them all, whack them in, and then click save, and say you want to save it as, I don't know, say tutorial example, and then literally it's a case of, oh, I want to put this rack on my bass. You just drag it on and it's all there. Okay, so those are the 10 most important tips that I found really useful, especially using Ableton. If you did find them useful, please like the video, and also comment if you feel that there was something else that you feel is important for Ableton, and to know, and for other people to know, and maybe, who knows, you'll be teaching us a thing or two.